Virgo, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a reading for you for January 11th through the 20th. I didn't forget about you all, just couldn't get them all out in time, but we're just a day late here with this time batch. How are you all doing? There's a lot of internal shifting going on. We're about to hit in a few days, as I'm reading this, a Cancer full moon. A lot of planets moving into water signs. And we're riding the waves. We're trying to, at least. There's a lot of I know all of us are feeling the waves of shock and awe and horror. And I just want to send all my love out to everyone in LA. I have people there, and it's we're all here to help support each other. So do the best you can to radiate positive, loving energy frequency. All right. Let's get started. Thank you for tuning in, for being here with me today. Happy Saturday for those of you who are watching this on the day of. And thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Virgo. All right, Virgo, we're going to take a look at what you don't see coming. We're going to get some advice from Spirit, and we're also going to talk about what will help ground you through this time period of heightened emotions. Well, almost everybody's getting this, the sacred well, where Spirit is saying, you know what, there's always a timeline that you can reach for of peace and calm and healing and rejuvenation. The sacred well is a card in this deck which is about replenishing yourself, doing the self-care, giving yourself plenty of space to go inward, to, I call it, taking a pit stop or going to the proverbial spiritual gas station, and you fill up your tank so you can give more to other people. If we don't do these practices, if we don't take time out for ourselves, we will get depleted, we will get ill. And Spirit is saying, take this time period between the 11th and the 20th to practice a little bit more self-care if you have not been doing that. The sacred well, replenishment, self-care, giving from a place of plenty. A lot of people have been getting this card. We also have making waves. You could be really initiating, launching new projects, new ideas in your career, and there's a lot of momentum building around your work life. I'm seeing making waves, momentum is building. It's your time achievement. So there's a swirling. I think that your name is getting out there. If you have a business, people are taking notice. There's more word of mouth. If you are working in your workplace, there are people who are taking notice that are seeing how hard you're working. And trust me, this feels like a triumphant time period where whatever effort you put in, you're going to get tenfold back. So don't give up on what you're trying to achieve in your career and your work goals. We also have plunge. Don't hold back. It's time. Go for it. Dive in. I know Sagittarius had this one. I can't remember who else, but you have an opportunity to just dive in, maybe on a deeper level, to your own self-care and also to the amount of productivity that you are pushing to produce. It's like a fine balance. The more you take care of yourself, the more you're going to give to your productivity. So they go hand in hand. I'm seeing that if you can balance those two, that work-life balance, you hit that sweet spot. And I feel like you're starting to get into that zone, right? That sweet spot zone of having that perfect balance between your work life and your personal life. All right, let's see. In your personal life, I mean by self-care, taking care of yourself. This is surface energy, but I think we're trying to overcome this energy, yeah? 9 of Wands, tired, I'm worn out, I'm upset. You're upset about something. 3 of Swords coming into this reading. We'll see what this is about. Judgment, okay. Judgment, it's interesting. I don't have it in this picture, but I was actually studying that card last night. And it's typically an angel trumpeting, and there are 3 people that have their hands out, representing the past, the present, and the future. So we'll see if judgment comes back out, but you could be trying to align everything, where you're learning from the past, you're focusing on the present, but you're aligning to a better future based on those 3 perspectives, which is a little quantum. All right, let's go into what you don't see coming first here, Virgo. Okay. You got the Ace of Swords. So you are truth seeking at this time. You're being crowned for it. So this is learning our lessons, finding clarity on the path. Okay. Getting, cutting out all the BS, getting to the center, the heart of the matter. Ooh, okay. Five of Swords. You could be trying to repair a relationship right now, getting to the heart of it. I'm telling you, almost, it feels like I've been doing for this time period, like relationship advice, because more than any other time period, I think in a long time, everybody is being affected by the energies where at least one relationship has been heavily strained in the communication and seeing eye to eye, and there's been misunderstandings, there's been hurt feelings. Ooh, I just saw Eight of Wands Wanda come out, which is moving past a fight or trying to talk to spirit about what to do about conflict. Well, Hierophant. This could indicate that this is a very important relationship for you. Some of you, it's a marriage. Some of you, it's a long-term commitment. It also, for me, in the Hierophant, especially in this deck, an Astro Matrix deck, it has a lot to do with our spiritual values and our truths. And what do you believe here? It's almost like your values and someone else's values are clashing. It doesn't have to be a romantic commitment. It's some sort of partnership in your life. And you're just, what you believe is the truth and what they believe is the truth is not aligning. And that's when, is it a matter of who's right and who's wrong? Or is it you looking at the truth, accepting it, and like I said, let it go? Actually, I didn't say that to you. I feel like I'm saying that to everybody in this batch. It's hard to let go when the energies aren't aligning in any particular connection. I want to find out what this, you want me to look? I want to find out what this fight is about. What is this conflict about? This is what you don't see coming. So it's almost like you could have a hard time. I feel like you've already been going through strife here, but it's like it keeps coming back around. And you're like, I'm tired of this pattern. I'm tired of this experience. It's like whenever I see this sort of truth, it's like, all right, we need to move past this. Yeah. Because there's a lot of love invested here. We have the King of Cups and the Sun. This is somebody that you are heavily invested in. And there have been a lot of good times here. All right, let's see. Five of Swords. Emperor. Could have to do with control issues. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this might have to do with who's right and who's wrong strength. Yeah. I'm getting an edge to this situation where you're trying to grow in your wisdom and grow in your resilience. But at the end of the day, what it does is it triggers this feeling of each time you have a conflict with someone and you can't resolve it in a healthy way, it erodes at the trust. It erodes at the connectivity and the strength of the bond. And you are definitely showing me here at the Five of Swords, clarifying it. And what you don't see coming during this time period is you are really down about the power plays someone seems to do around you and how much strength it's taking for you to not feel down about it. You may even be hiding how much you're truly feeling beneath the surface here. Some of you, it's a loss. You could be separated from somebody. You could feel like I'm trying to get a handle on the grief I'm feeling. I'm not getting that this is exactly over. Page of Swords. There's, you're having to exercise. Yeah. Six of Swords. Some of you are trying to release a really bad conflict with someone, or you were turning your back on a situation, and it's taking a lot of strength for you to do so. You know, the Emperor is our seat of empowerment and mastering that and standing up for our value and our worth and our masculine energy. Empress is the feminine version. Masculine is, feminine is, I feel this, doesn't mean I'm going to do it. Emperor is like, what he says he's going to do, he's going to do. So this masculine energy inside of you is now saying, I'm putting my foot down. I can only tolerate so much. It's taking me a lot of strength, to recognize that I may have to cut my losses here. It's almost like you either have to give in because it's not worth the fight anymore, or you have to give up because this is not aligning. Let's get some clarity on the Hierophant, which is going to indicate to me exactly what you plan on doing about this connection. Temperance, Two of Pentacles. Yeah. A lot of you, you're not necessarily, now I'm like, I haven't had the cold or anything, but you could feel very emotional about this at this time, where It's fresh. I feel a strong high degree of frustration, Virgo, where tempering the energy, balancing the energy. As you can see, Two of Pentacles. He's trying to balance the moon and the sun here. So it's that duality. Someone's light and shadow. Your light and shadow. How are they intermingling? Does it make the relationship feel stronger or weaker? And the Two of Pentacles is this, she's got her skirt on backwards here. She's getting all twisted up. It's like life is going to keep on flowing. But if there's resistance, we're going to start to feel, corkscrewed. So you're getting corkscrewed here. And it's not a laughing matter, but it's like, it's hard blending energies. Again, I feel like you have somebody who might like to overpower you. I'm just getting that vibe with the Emperor and the Five of Pentacles and the Strength here over the Five of Swords. All right. It's the whole pick and choose your battles, right? Is it really worth fighting over? Let's see. There's the Empress. This is definitely about a strong partnership. Now we have the Death. Okay. The Hierophant again in the Four of Cups. Wow. You are desperately trying to transform a situation that's been contentious. It's like the two of you butt heads around the power dynamic. Wow, we have double. It's like the lessons need to be learned here, and the disappointment needs to move through both of you. Ultimately, because they're two Hierophants here, you both want this, but you both recognize that something's got to change. That's what I'm getting here. I think it's coming to a head, especially with this Cancer full moon. There might be some things that you're just ignoring, and it's festering. And that's when we start getting passive aggressive if we're not really confronting what needs to be confronted. Yeah. Why is the Death here? Temperance. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Five of Swords. The two of you are really struggling. Seven of Pentacles. You could be at a crisis point in this connection over a make or break it. Like, we need to either change this dynamic or we need to just walk away. And some of you, it's your marriage. Some of you, it's a long-term commitment, trying to make a major breakthrough. Let's get some advice from Spirit to find out. But it feels like this week in particular, this time period, it's like really coming to a head. Seven of, Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. There's some confusion about how to resolve it. And I'll just get this. That's a surface level advice. When you get confused about something, pause, slow the energy down. Talk to Spirit. A lot of times the answers will come through your intuition, through your spirit team. Sleep on it. Journal it. Meditate on it. Like, sometimes we rush to solutions when we're not really prepared to hear them. All right, let's get... Time isn't going to... You're not going to miss the boat if you take too much time when you need to just take the pressure. I feel like there's been a lot of pressure on making it run more smoothly when both of you aren't able to, like, work out your part, because this is Temperance. It's about both of you blending your energies. We have the Three of Swords at the bottom. There's definitely a lot of hurt. It's mutual. It feels like there's mutual hurt. Both of you not feeling understood. That's what it feels like. Let's get some advice here. Now, this is just for this time period. You just be going through a rough patch here. Yeah. There might be family meddling into this, other people, their opinions affecting this situation. When I get the Five of Wands, you're also trying to remove the obstacles, trying to come together. The nice thing about the Three of Pentacles is there's a lot of personal growth when I see this card. So you are making strides, even though it may not feel like it. It could feel like, 1 step forward, 10 steps backward. But it's still progress overall. Well, maybe, and not with that amount. Was it 2 steps backward, 1 step forward? I don't know. Not 10. That wouldn't be forward momentum at all, Jenna. Let's see what else we have here. The advice. Yeah. Well, it's not going to help you to get your mind heavily involved in solutions. And this is when we replay and we rehearse. It's like when someone hurts us, right? How often do you go into your head and like you lose an hour of your time trying to come up with a rebuttal, like a proper way of like being heard and seen? It doesn't mean that you shouldn't do that, but if you're really getting caught up in your head, 9 of Swords, and you're really stressed out, it's going to create more anxiety, tension in your body, and it's counterproductive it's because we want control, and we feel that if we can just figure them out, then we'll feel better. But chances are you're just going to exhaust yourself, Virgo. So I see that there is a lot of personal growth that you're going to be going through, and the obstacles and challenges are going to be removed, but not through over analysis paralysis. It never solves anything except burns us out. It's like, if I could only figure out how to make this person do X, Y, Z. The biggest thing I've learned about conflict resolution is, if you can't accept the way someone's showing up, and this is someone, if they're showing up in toxic ways, and they're not willing to look at themselves and take accountability and responsibility for it and actually change. This is if someone's unhealthy, all right, which I'm not sure. That's hard to work with. But if you have someone, and you just have your normal issues of just miscommunications, but no underlying really toxic traits, and they're doing the work, you're doing the work, there's nothing you cannot resolve. Let's get a way to ground you, because you have definitely a spike in stress, mental stress going on. You're growing and learning from life's challenges, especially in this connection. But it's like you're saying, I want to hold on to this Four of Pentacles. But if I hold on to it, I'm really holding on to a lot of disappointment, and I don't feel good. It's like you're telling me, I don't feel good about this. Four of Cups. I do not feel good about this, Jenna. Well, you can only determine what's healthy for you and what isn't. And what I do when I'm trying to make a major decision about something, I look at the past. I look at how it's made me feel. I look at, does this person respect me? Do they value me? Are they honoring me? Do they want to work through the issues with me? You got to ask yourself those questions. If they're running away and they're shutting down and they're making situations worse, then, you'll know. Most of the times we know, but we don't want to accept the truth. What do you need to ground you? Because this is definitely troublesome energy, Virgo. I really want to see you find a place where you can resolve these things. This also could indicate that you're trying to come into balance with you. And the more you work on that, the less you'll have to focus on the other. And that's something I've learned too, in partnership or not in partnership. All you can control is yourself and how you feel and how you show up. You get to decide that. And so I feel like a lot of what's been happening here, regardless of what's going on, really the details, this is about you coming from a place of empowerment within you. And the more you feed and nurture that part of you, the less you'll tolerate anything outside of you that really won't serve you. Knight of Cups sideways. Five of Pentacles sideways. Yeah, Hermit sideways. So the best way to ground in this energy is try to keep your heart open. Try not to look at worst case scenario, like catastrophizing this. This is hitting some sort of abandonment wound. And I've seen this all year, Virgo, where sometimes we fight so hard to get what we want from someone else. And meanwhile, we're stripping away more and more and more of our own power. When we must fortify that within ourselves. And if you're contending with someone who you are allowing that to happen inside you, then you have to put up safeguards around that. And that might be a strong lesson for you. Why am I trying to get validation from this person when actually they're not going to give it to me? You're being led and guided to go deep within, to shine a light in your heart space on what you're really truly feeling, which is you coming out of this period of feeling at a loss sometimes around what you're even doing in this because of the states that it puts you in. And that's the thing. That's my biggest indication around this is like bringing the romance back. You could be in a connection where it just feels like, I'm getting this, where, you've been together with someone for a while and you're feeling like a distance, and your way of coping with coming back together again, or this person, is to overemphasize the distance. and actually look at what's not right. All right. The more you emphasize whatever it is, the more you're going to get at that. So, and I know it's hard to overcome. You look at what is, and then you have resistance around that. So the best thing you can do is drop your resistance, open your heart. Don't look at this from this person is abandoning me. Look at it from I'm abandoning myself. I'm abandoning myself. Because when you put it on the other person, you give your power away and you try to change them to get what you need and want. Does that make sense? So your way of grounding during this time period specifically is you're resisting going inward about this, because if you do, you might have to face a really difficult truth about needing to release this person for a while. Maybe take a trial separation. Maybe get to a point, because you're at the 9 of Swords where you're getting to that point, that tipping point of, I don't know how much more I can take of these challenges and obstacles. And I'm getting to the truth, because you could be fighting with this person a lot. And it's taking a toll on the love, the romantic love. Some of you, if you're not in a partnership at all and you're single, this has to do with you feeling abandoned by love and trying to get to a very solid place after an ending. Some of you, this is already over and you're going through a divorce, or you're going through a bad breakup and it's difficult. You know, this was somebody that you really put on a pedestal for some of you, and the sun rose and set on this person and your relationship, but you didn't get what you thought you invested in. And when we go through these losses, there are terrible growing pains. But I promise you, if it takes this much work to make something run efficiently, it's not healthy. Tower. What happens is things come crumbling down. And I've seen this repetitive pattern in this connection for a lot of you, where you have someone who rips the rug out from underneath this connection when they're upset. And then they come rushing back. Here I save the day. It's almost like a power play. It's a power move. And what does it do? The Tower to the Knight of Swords to the Three of Swords. It causes irrevocable hurt. And then you put your defenses up, 7 of Wands. You feel fired up, King of Wands. This person's like, oh, everything's better, right? Please give to this. You're trying to stabilize a long-term connection, and it is hard. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Your advice is to slow the energy down. This has got to transform. This has got to transform if you're going to stay in it. If you're going to move forward, you really got to listen to your intuition. There's the potential for a new beginning here, but you've got to stop with the fighting, because now it's become really toxic. I'm seeing the Devil and the 5 of Swords. That's 5 of Swords in every deck that I have used out of 3. So Virgo, I think that things are coming to a head during this time period with this connection, where it truly is about tower after tower after tower and the damage that it's causing. And you having to look at this pattern and get a handle on it. Someone's very easily angered. Someone's hot-tempered, because we have a King of Wands in between the two of you, between the Queen and King of Pentacles. There's a problem in the way someone handles their anger. It causes towers. So take it for what it's worth. Let's get some self-care advice. Let's get some self-care advice. We have, I find peace wherever I go. Even in the most tumultuous situations, we can find small moments of peace. As you move throughout your day today, take note of the things that bring you peace and calm. Maybe it's a tree moving slowly in the wind, clouds floating in the sky above, or the soft murmur of someone you love speaking in the other room. Remember, you have the power to access these small moments of peace whenever you need them. And then these other two, I won't read the backs, but we have letting go. I release the idea that I have to do everything on my own, and I deserve to show myself the love and attention I give to others. Big lessons, big lessons. All right, Virgo, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let's see. I hope February things turn around. For a lot of you, I don't necessarily, you could be thinking about, cutting your losses here and moving on from this. I think that you're making a big decision right now, or at least getting a handle on this so you don't keep repeating this pattern and playing your part in it by tolerating it. All right. I hope this helped. Take care, Virgo.